So, I haven't been doing that many modifications. I've been doing just general maintenance lately. As you can probably tell by the amount of grease on the fender and on the roof. So I'm just going to give a mild update in preparation for what's coming up soon. So, what started this big maintenance frenzy was one day I was driving and I stepped on the clutch and the clutch just went right to the floor. So I wasn't that far from home, so I put the car in second gear and drove all the way home in second gear. Upon coming home, I popped the hood and this was leaking. This is the clutch slave cylinder. So I figured, hey, I'll just replace that. It's only two 12mm bolts and a union. Like, how hard could that be? So after replacing that, I went back out and then I looked underneath the car, and still from right there something was leaking. And I'm like, damn, no. So I started feeling around, and I think you can still see some of the remnants of it. There was oil on the block, and the problem was the distributor. But we'll get into that in a minute. So, go back out, and the clutch goes right back down to the floor. Like the hell. Turned out that it was my master cylinder that went out as well. This is my new one. Boy, I have to admit, that was one hell of a thing to do. I had to pull this forward. So basically I had to take the whole thing apart and back. Pull this forward just to get to one nut back here. And then I could get this out. The old one was leaking so bad. When I pulled this one out, all the paint around the firewall where the old one was bubbled. So it's been going out for a while. But hey, it lasted 30 years. This is a brand new unit by, I think it's pronounced Asian. Same model from Toyota, except it doesn't have a Toyota stamping on it. Only 28 bucks. So this will last me a while. Same with the other one. I also replaced the hose. Now, the distributor. I decided to do some much needed maintenance to this. One thing that I decided to do for taking this out and making sure it stays aligned, I removed my valve cover. So that means back here you could actually see the two dots on the distributor. You know that it was aligned and everything. So I pulled this off, and the gasket on the end just completely flattened out, and it doesn't even feel like soft rubber anymore. It felt like hard rubber, and it broke. And then, just as regular maintenance, I replaced the cap and rotor. The rotor was all a little corroded. The cap had some interesting marks in it, where it looked like that the rotor was digging into the cap. And then when I put the thing back in, I decided to turn up the timing a little. Now, the factory timing, as I posted in one of my previous videos, was 5 degrees. I raised it to 8. And man, I should have did that a long time ago. The car now actually has oomph in 5th gear. You have it in 5th, you throw the gas pedal and the damn thing actually goes instead of sitting there. Should have did that a long time ago. And if I think about it now, I think I mentioned in a video like 5 years ago how to do that, and I never did it. I'm sorry. But yeah, just regular maintenance items that have been going on. And I'll show that it starts perfectly. Since I did start it previous, I'm just going to give it a small rev, nothing major. There we go. A couple other things that I plan on replacing along the way is probably going to be this fuel line, because I think it's getting close to the end. This is new fuel line. And I might replace this fuel line as well. This one and this one. I might replace this and this because they're old. This valve they still sell at Toyota because they're used in new cars. I'll replace that. I have a couple mods left. Although, that's not entirely true. There's always going to be mods on this, because I'm always going to do how-tos on it, as much as I can, when it comes to modification-wise. This is AE for Hachi signing off.